To another provincial file we've been tracking, the Ford government is working on new legislation aimed at protecting a younger generation's privacy and limiting access to potentially harmful online content. Erica Natividad joins us live. And Erica, the big question now is, how effective will this be?
Always a big concern, Melissa, when it comes to youth and online safety, especially with technology changing as much as it does. This piece of legislation is set to be tabled on Monday, and the province says it also will be calling a meeting with some of the executives from the major social media giants, asking how they can help.
And experts agree that children are at greater risk of harms posed by digital platforms. And recent years have seen increasing instances of privacy violations, cyberbullying, and other data-related harms.
According to the province, the regulatory changes set to be tabled next week would better safeguard children's information from being stolen or used inappropriately online or sold for the purposes of predatory marketing by third parties. The Ford government is also cracking down further on the potential harm posed by social media use in schools. It recently announced a ban on cell phones in schools beginning this fall and restricted access to all social media platforms on school Wi-Fi networks and devices. Now this.
Today, we're also announcing our intent to bring forth all social media executives and tech industry experts, along with law enforcement, to meet with the government with an aim to crack down on cybercrimes, cyberbullying, trafficking, and online victimization of our children.
This comes just over a month after 4 of the largest school boards in Ontario announced they would be taking the major social media giants to court in a $4 billion lawsuit, alleging their products have rewired how kids think and behave, and that school staff have been left to deal with the fallout.
Opposed to litigating against some of the largest companies in the world, we choose to work and act today. School boards could have imposed a restriction on cell phones. They opted not to do that.
Meanwhile, opposition leader Marit Stiles argues the bans put extra responsibility on school staff who are already contending with large class sizes and not enough educational support.
I think the boards are going about it the right way by taking these social media giants to court, frankly, and I would expect the provincial government to back them up.
We reached out to the major social media companies for comment. In a statement, a spokesperson for Snap Inc., the parent company of Snapchat, tells CityNews in part, "We look forward to reviewing the proposed legislation and collaborating with the Ontario government." And Melissa, we also did hear from TikTok. They mentioned the existing safeguards they have in place for kids as well. They said, "We welcome the opportunity to engage in productive conversations with the government about our work." Now, I want to add as well, we reached out to Meta. They did not get back to us in time for broadcast.
And Erica, I know kids and teens are very clever when it comes to getting around some of these restrictions. Are there any plans to combat that?
Kids can be savvy, we know this, yes. And so the education minister did mention that that's going to be a topic of conversation as well. There are restrictions, age restrictions for social media, but sometimes it's really easy for, kids to get around them. So he will be speaking with them about that, presumably as well. I also want to mention we did reach out to the school boards for comment. They want to get a little bit more information about this legislation before they actually say anything about it. And again, this is going to be tabled on Monday.
Okay, thank you, Erica.